What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Reddit Yu-Gi-Oh! Non-Meta Tournament. We are here with round 2 today. Joining me is my co-commentator, Grand Lam. How are you doing today?
Hello, all.
Today we have a pretty unconventional matchup. We've got Conman 9500 playing Tenyi against Gally W, also No Tier Gaming on YouTube, playing Gaia the Fierce Knight. How do you feel about these matchups today?
These are both interesting decks. The Gaia one especially. Really hyped to see Tenyi because I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, and for the people who don't know what the Gaia deck does, which I think is most of us out there, do you want to give like a brief recap of what Gally W's game plan seems to be?
So, Gaia, the deck itself, relies on fusion summoning to summon their fusion monster to like pop cards and deal battle damage and draw cards. Gally's takes that a step back a little bit and focuses on just the raw advantage you get off the cards themselves, like the field spell and the level 7.
Right, I read the field spell briefly, and it looks really ridiculous, kind of like a Spiral Resort almost, in terms of the advantage it gives. So we'll go ahead and see how that goes. So jumping straight into game 1 here, we're going to have Gally going first. Let me actually check who won the die roll real quick. Looks like he did win the rock, paper, scissors. So starting off going first, he has a hand of Ghost Spell, Galloping Gaia. This is the field spell we were talking about.
Yep.
Ice Dragon's Risen, very, very strong in almost every deck. Pot of Extravagance, so this is the pot he's chosen to run. And then Mahama the Fairy Dragon. So why is he playing this weird card, which seems to be like a strange battle fader?
So in Gaia, it focuses on summoning level 5 dragons. It's not specifically Gaia, not Gaia, sorry, the Curse of Dragon. It's any level 5, so you can use this, you can use Curse of Dragon.
Right, yeah, the field spell, which I'm mousing over now, it says you can reveal a level 5 dragon monster. So I'm guessing that this is just for Galloping Gaia, and he can also add this, and he can potentially synchro with this. I'm not really familiar with how much.
Also.
Right, okay.
Really neat. Something to note, though, is that he's main decking Bell, and his opponent is main decking Kaijus.
Right, let's take a look at the Tenyi player's hand here. He has a Heavenly Dragon Circle, so this is their new card, right?
Yes, it came out of the duels.
Okay, got it. So, quote-unquote new. He's got Gamma Seal in the main deck, Flawless Perfection, this is a field spell, Vishuda, and a Mind Control. So I'm guessing that like the Kaiju and the Vishuda here are going to be playing pretty well together. He can just recycle this Kaiju more or less indefinitely if he draws into his Tenyi engine.
Yeah, Common's hand is actually pretty strong because the new spell lets him search for any Tenyi or Worm period from his deck. So.
Right. Is there anything besides Mirror you want to grab in this deck?
You can grab Asuna, which starts the entire loop between itself and Adhara.
Right, okay. And what do you think of this Bell in the main deck?
Yeah, it's a weird meta call. We expect a lot of Unchained and Orcus, so I guess it's the stop Abominable Unchained, or sorry, the trap card for Unchained that summons for graveyard. And then Simple Skeleton.
Makes sense. We'll see if it pays off for Gally in the long run. He's no stranger to non-meta tournaments. He also typically enters with weird decks. Last time he did top with the it was like a Wind Witch like Escator, like the level 8 Fire Ant Escator deck or whatever. So he got into the top 32 with that, so that was interesting to see. And this is a really, really wacky deck from Gally once again. So let's just go ahead and start. Gonna start with the Pot of Extravagance. Vanishing 6, and then drawing Solemn Strike and Gaia the Magical Knight. So the deck seems to revolve around this card and Galloping Gaia.
Yeah, on summon you can search or summon a level 5 dragon from your hand or graveyard. So what I imagine he's going to do is Galloping Gaia search for either another Gaia or the level 5 from deck, which Curse of Dragon. Yep.
Right, he gets Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon, which is one of the best names I've heard all year. And this triggers on special summon, so he can bring this out with the Magical Knight, and then this gets the fusion spell, I believe.
Yes, the fusion spell or the trap card.
Right, so he does normal summon the Magical Knight, summons Curse of Dragon. This searches Spiral Fusion, which seems to just be a fusion spell, but it buffs the Dragon Champion that gets summoned.
Yeah, if it's specifically the buff part, because I think the fusion does something if it has 2600 extra attack.
Right. Yeah. So his deck does seem to focus around this fusion very much and kind of turboing it out. It looks like it can lose 2600 attack, and then it can pop a card as a quick effect, and then it regains that attack if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle. And so Spiral Fusion gives it extra ammo, because this is now a 5200 beater that can attack twice.
Oh, does it also keep the attack for? Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's permanent. So, and the attack mod is also permanent, kind of like an Appaloosa. So it just comes out with twice as much ammo, and it can actually destroy stuff by battle, which is neat.
That's really cool. Yeah.
And then something we haven't discussed is that the field spell is also kind of not like a floodgate, but this first effect here.
Yeah, it's like Lunalight Kaleidochick.
Yeah.
You can't activate anything.
Right, so that seems pretty strong. We'll see if that comes up. But this looks like it's going to be just setting 2 and then passing on this Magical Knight here. So for
Ice
turn,
Dragon Prison is going to be very strong in this matchup.
Because this is pretty much a mono worm deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So starting off with the Kaijus, this is going to out the boss monster immediately.
Interesting.
And then somebody with Vishuda. So this is going to be potentially a loop setup. Activates the field spell. And then Vishuda. Oh, not quite. Yeah, so he's going to preemptively Ice Dragon here. Because
he could chain
Mm-hmm.
Heavenly Dragon Cycle here to search, since it's tribute for cost.
Right, yeah, and I'm commenting that he's probably Ice Dragoning here preemptively because he doesn't want the Kaiju to get recycled.
Yes.
Because once Vishuda's out of the grave, it's gone. So yeah, he is going to do that play you mentioned. So he's going to tribute the monk, and then the Vishuda, nothing will get banished because he won't control a worm on resolution, like you said. And then this is going to simply add Ashuna. So like you said, this is going to be the resource loop, yeah. If you can get to it, Hara, which you should be able to with Ashuna.
Something cool I think that happens versus this deck against IDP is that you get the draw 2 if you do not chain the spell, I believe.
That's pretty neat. So you would still get the draw even if it banishes your monk.
Yeah, even if it banished the monster, yeah. I find that really interesting.
That's actually, yeah, that's a pretty neat interaction. We're gonna
that was a
see...
meta call.
Maybe. We'll get to see if this field spell is any mileage. Because the draw 2 is pretty good. Someone's at Hara here with the Ashuna. Mind controls back his own Vishuda.
Mind control.
Right.
He has the tuner and a non-tuner, so
right.
Yep.
Does summon Draco Berserker. This is probably going to be met with this strike. Yeah.
Yep.
And then uses it Hara, adding back the Ashuna. And then Vishuda's back his own Gamma Seal. So pretty strong turn for the Tenyi player. Outs the entire board. This was 2 traps and a quick effect pop, which is not really an easy feat to get over an NMT, but pretty effortlessly does it here.
I imagine Mahama's staying in his hand. Yep. To keep fodder for the level 7 guy.
Right, because you have to reveal a dude with this, and so he doesn't want to get rid of that. Just another Galloping Gaia for turn. He's going to reveal Mahama and add a Charging Gaia. So this just seems
he's not adding the other one.
Yeah, I mean, it summons from Graveyard, right? But I don't know.
Yeah, hand or Graveyard.
Right, I don't know if he plays much else to search with this Curse of Dragon. But you have to question if you know, like, what is the purpose of searching this one in particular?
Maybe he's trying to play around field spell, I think. It's only special summons, right? For the draw 2.
Right, that could be it. He might just be trying to beat over this in the past, right? Because if he goes for the other one, then Flawless Perfection will trigger. So yeah, I think you're spot on with that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he knows Vishuda. He knows the entire hand, so...
I guess, yeah, Galli has played Tenyi before, so I guess he would know it best, too.
Right. Draws Mirror for turn, which is pretty strong.
Alright, Ashina going ham here.
Ashina into... Is this the 3rd monk? Yes, it is. So he's out of monks now. Goes Vishuda. Probably gonna see the leg 2 here.
Yeah, this would summon Mirror too, if everything goes correctly.
Oh, there's... I took a hunt. Oh, so from the direct attack. Oh, he didn't take enough life point damage. Okay.
Okay.
Good to see the players maintaining a proper game state. Summons Shithana. This is a...
It's one of the ones that activates during battle.
Right, yeah. So when your stuff dies, you can just pop something they control, it seems.
You can actually bell this one, which is funny, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because it special summons back the destroyed monster. Okay, that's pretty neat. So it does go into Shaman here. This is one of the only effect monsters in the Tenyi extra deck. For players who aren't really familiar with this deck, Shaman helps summon most of your Tenyis, but in particular it also summons Mirror, which is a really strong card that you don't typically see summoned unless you're playing like a Yazi package. So we'll see if he can do that here. He's going to activate Shaman. This is going to be met with a Bell.
Interesting. Okay.
Which makes sense, because if this hits the field, then you're in trouble, right? You summon 3 tokens, and then there's just a lot that can spiral out of control here.
He still has the spell in Graveyard, so there's still a lot to be done here.
Right, so in Graveyard... Right, so you can banish it and then you add a Tenyi card, so you can just get whatever he wants. That's pretty
Yeah, I
neat.
imagine he could add Hara here and special summon it.
You're just gonna go straight to the battle
or not.
phase.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's 11, and then he just passes.
Oh, weird.
That's
There must be
interesting.
something stopping, I guess? I don't know.
If you control a face of non-effect monster, I mean, he could have done it. He may have forgotten about it.
I can see
Or
that.
it could just be saving it because he has Kaiju Vishuda and I feel like he feels pretty safe. It could be that he made the call to just pass and see what Galley W can do here. Going to start with the Galloping Gaia, revealing the Mahama, adding another Magical Knight. Yeah. So now he has to play into this. He has to play into this field spell. He doesn't really have an option.
Yep.
Special
It
summons back
should be in
first
defense
go.
mode, but I don't think it matters here.
Right, he's probably just going to get rid of it. And he's using both Curse and... So he is playing another card to search off Curse.
Yeah, Spiral Reborn.
Right. So this revives his boss monster, and then it comes back untargetable and indestructible.
Yep.
Which is pretty good, but it also comes back with only 2600 attack. Right. And then off the field spell, Conman draws a Succession and another Adhara, so pretty good. Oh,
And you
that's...
just wow.
Yeah, that's... I guess none of these are tuners. You can't really do much here.
Yeah. Strong draws off Conman, though.
Yeah,
Succession, Adhara, and Cycle.
Right, and he could have maybe had a synchro play if he had summoned the Bahama last turn, but I guess he had no way of knowing he would draw into another Gaia to make his field spell live. So prioritizing that. So he does use the circle here, so
Okay,
maybe he was waiting for what Gaia was going to do. Adds another field spell.
Another Flawless, okay.
Is there a reason to add this instead of like a monster?
I do not think so.
Okay. He could be doing it for insurance for like if it gets popped or something. I'm not really positive. Succession here.
Coming,
Right,
okay.
brings back the link too.
Shaman's coming back, yep.
Thinking on summon. So he
Yeah,
feels
I think
like
yes it is now.
yeah, he probably because the Mermare is in the graveyard, right? And so you can just bring this
Yep,
back.
he's gonna draw 2 though.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, that's on his own turn.
That's 4 cards off the field spell. So Magical Knight, this is down to 0 attack now. So you've gotten rid of the Shaman, but your opponent just drew 2 cards, and your boss monster that you searched the revive for now has 0 attack. So
yeah, you have to ask yourself if it was worth it.
yeah, this is rough. He's gonna Kaiju the Fusion. I don't think this was necessary. But he does have the Vishuda, so I guess he can afford to be a little proactive. Oh, never mind. What is this?
Yeah, Saha is coming.
Sahasrara. I don't think I've ever seen this summoned.
Yeah, it came out in Dual Overlord.
Right. I remember when this was revealed in the OCG, people weren't even sure if this was a good card or not in the Tenyi deck.
Yeah, it's questionable, but once it gets going, it's a really good card, I think.
Right. So it's got a quick effect to just summon a token that copies an opponent's monster's stats. And then that's every turn.
Yeah.
Right? And it prevents them from targeting any effect monsters in the field. Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty neat.
You can do it every turn too, which is really cool.
Right, so it gets a 2300 token. This is coming to oh, it's an attack. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, and they're all non-effect monsters, so all your Tenyis are still active.
Right, if Vishuda's back, his Gamma's held to the hand. Adhara's back at Vishuda, so we can just keep doing this. So even if Galley, establishes another Magical Knight, or if he can revive this, it's still just gonna get Gamma sealed. So attacks over the Gaia, attacks over the Cursive Dragon.
That should be in defense still, but I guess it just doesn't matter here.
Yeah, it's like 300 life points. Hopefully it won't be the game changer.
Oddly enough, I think he had game here, but choosing not to go for it.
What would that look like? Would he go into a second Shaman, or?
I think, yeah, it's either a second Shaman or using the Cycle in his hand. Oh, I guess Cycle's hard once per turn, right? Or selective once per turn?
Yeah, selective. So you can't use...
You still could make a second Shaman, though.
Right, and then Mirror into whatever. We're not really sure what extra deck. Well, we are sure what extra deck he plays, but we're not gonna reveal it on the stream unless it comes out. So
drawing Ash per turn, but still going.
Galloping Gaia again. This has gotten 3 cards so far this duel. That's a pretty strong field spell.
He's just passing. Okay.
Okay, this might be the end of the game. Oh, never mind. He does have a quote unquote Gallipator.
Maha. Yeah.
So 23 from the token, and then this is going to trigger Mahama. Choosing to burn, actually. because this is just gonna body block for the spirit. But can't he Oh, he doesn't matter if he copies this because he has zero
Yeah, he
attack.
still has cycle though. But I guess Ash stops cycle now.
Right.
But he can draw too.
He draws 2 here.
You know.
They may have missed that. I think they missed that. Is this damage step?
Yeah.
Oh, this is damage step, right?
Oh, damage step. Okay,
Because
so.
this can't. Okay, so is this except during damage step? Okay.
Yeah, except damage step. Okay.
That makes sense. And then he's gonna not circle here. So I don't think there's a reason not to circle. Or to try to circle. Although I guess he doesn't. He would have to tribute his Link, right? Because he needs to control
No, he
a
could tribute
non-effect monster.
his. Yeah, he could tribute the token.
Right, but then he wouldn't control a face-up non-effect monster, so he couldn't special summon it.
It's if you tributed a non-effect monster to do it.
Oh, okay. I can't read. Thanks.
He could have also targeted the dragon and then did it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's pretty neat.
So
Choosing not to. Yeah. He's still in control of this game, so.
Yeah, he's up so many cards.
Yeah, Curse is going to trigger the field spell again, so I think this is 6 cards. Okay, never mind. This is going to go over to Nash. Gonna get a second copy of Spiral Reborn.
Gally holding on for dear life, no?
He is, yeah. It crashes the Magical Knight.
Yeah, he's just gonna summon a new token.
Yeah, that's gets another token here, so the Link 4 really paying dividends as it just special summons tokens.
Just pooping on out. Shoot a.
Yeah, it goes. What is set here from Gally? It's the Reborn, right?
Spiral Reborn, yeah.
Right, so he's gonna try to Bashuta the set. This is gonna force it out.
And then the draw 2 is gonna take effect.
Yeah,
okay.
Another Ash.
Ash.
Yeah, Gally's just bleeding advantage. That's gonna be the end of game 1. I'm gonna head into game 2 here. Most likely gonna see Gally start for this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Conway went first.
Oh okay. Yeah, gonna make him go first. So like you said, he is familiar with the Tenyi deck, so maybe just trying to play around cards like Bashuta that are so strong going second. And this is not a fantastic hand from the Tenyi
both players open pretty poorly.
Right, so he's gonna go Monk here. This is gonna see the Phantasmic come out. Drawing into his win condition, Galloping Gaia.
And we might see a Mirror combo coming.
Right, he's gonna try to, most likely. I don't see anything here from Gally that stops this.
No, I don't believe anything here does.
Pitching Mirror, bring it back. Thrice times. Nibiru Owo. Both players double checking that Nibiru was banned for this tournament. I just missed IP.
Masquerada.
Yeah, the alt art. Locked to Worms, aren't you? Just Worms.
No, you can only.
Yeah. Okay, so Ashun is the one that locks him. So that's Imperm MST. And just passes on this.
Interesting field ending on.
Okay. Yeah, is there more you can do off a Mirror in the Tenyi deck typically?
Yeah, or... you can go for Saha, but I guess he's afraid of Phantasmi negating it. So I guess it makes sense.
It would just trade with it, like it would be a waste of a Link 4, right?
Yeah. Well, he's still bigger. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Goes into battle phase.
Okay.
And then some.
Oh, Draco.
Okay. So this does kind of just wall the other player. I'm going to Galloping Gaia and then MST on activation.
On activation, so
yeah, I think you.
Huh. Okay. Well, I guess it doesn't matter in this particular case.
Yeah, but... I think you should wait until the effect is used. Yeah. It's not going to matter here.
More information.
Yeah, going to attack into the Shaman, and then setting Torrential, Ice Dragon, and another Torrential, and that's a lot. This isn't immune to anything, right? No.
Nope. It's just can't have card effects as well.
Right. So just Tristana here. Gonna immediately IDP and standby.
Okay.
Now the Bashuta is gone as well. So Kaiman's gonna Tristana here, and then that's gonna be with the Torrential, and probably just gonna pass. Draws Extravagant. That's a really good top.
Extravagant's off the top.
Yeah, that's brutal. Draws Magic. He doesn't have a Curse of Dragon, right?
He doesn't have a level 5, no. Yeah. I guess it's just beatdown time.
Yeah, probably just Gaia poke. Back to Caveman Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's go. 1900. Draws his okay.
Oh, another pot off the top, but he has Ash.
Yeah, he has 2 Ashes, so this is not going to do anything. Passing back. Tribute summons the Curse of Dragon. That is funny.
I believe Gaia does something when he's tributed too.
He has a
I guess he can't use that
soldier monster. Yeah. So yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he plays like BLS Envoy. Infirms the guy, the Curse of Dragon here. So this is just gonna again be Yugi deck beatdown. Draws a Mirror, that's doing nothing. Another Ash. This
Oh,
is
Synchro.
this
Chaos
is
Roller.
really funny.
Okay.
So he specifically plays level 8 synchros to make off a hand trap plus a cursed dragon. I guess this is also why he was playing Bell, because it's a level 3 tuner. That is really funny. He goes cursed dragon and into chaos roller.
Got a Phantasmy up top.
Fant, terraforming, another Gaia. Probably just gonna grab the Phantasma here. I'll grab the other Gaia
anything
here.
that can swing for game though.
Yeah, this goes 3k.
That's a pretty good top deck. But
Right.
Ash is still.
The Ash is gonna hit the special summon here. Yeah, he says, so he's thinking. So I guess if he torrentials, then Chaos Ruler can just come back, and that should just be the game, right?
Yeah, I believe he has the blue one in graveyard, so that stops. Yeah, okay. He's did it really smart.
Yeah, he's gonna pass. So if he had gone for the monk here, that would have allowed Chthon to trigger.
Yep. And get
Right.
back and same thing.
Yeah, and then Conman choosing to go second for game 3. So this is pretty interesting, because Gali did win the die roll, but he chose to go first the first time, and then post-siding he chose to go second, so pretty cool
This
stuff.
hand looks insane, to be honest.
Yeah, he has to, Gali has to draw into a Gaia or a dragon here.
I believe Gateway searches it, does it not?
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm not used to seeing this card outside of set rotation plays. Yeah, so this just adds whatever, so this hand is crazy.
Draw 2, search 1, and then search another. Plus strike and IDP.
Yeah, but the Tenyi hand is pretty loaded too. You know, he has Vishuddha Gamma Seal, which did a ton of work in game 1. And then MST does out the field spell or one of these back row. So we'll see what happens here. Gonna go Extravagance first. Draws Ash Extravagance. That's really good. The Ash especially. And Gateway for a Magical Knight. And then slapping over a Galloping Gaia.
Search
Adding
curse.
Cursed Dragon, and then he's gonna normal summon. Oh, he's not gonna. That's
Not.
really
Do you think he
interesting.
banished his fusions?
We can
or...
check. Oh, he plays Final Sigma. That's really funny. Wait. So this is for going the Bahama plus a Gaia, right?
Yeah, that's
12. He just walls with it.
cheesy
Okay.
OTKs. Yeah.
That can work. Yeah, he banishes. I mean, I think he's just reading a Kaiju, right? Or
I guess so.
Yeah, he's like reading
I mean,
a Kaiju or a Vishuddha here, which is.
Would you still not do it, even if the guy had a kaiju?
Because I'm not sure. I mean, like, he has the 2 back row, and maybe he feels like if he commits these, then he's going to just lose it to a Vishuddha or a Gamma Seal, and maybe he feels it's better to just hold it for the next turn. But you also risk playing into like a Flawless Perfection or something if you don't like end on the boss monster. So yeah, the other factor could also be that he wants to get a Galloping Gaia search next turn, and if he commits these now, he's not going to get it, right?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Right,
Yeah.
so maybe he's just... I think this is a very heads-up play from Gali, not playing into like a Kaiju or a Vishuddha, which, you know, are both present in this hand. So I'm going to start with the MST. Hits the Ice Dragon, that's pretty good.
I did that big, yep.
Yeah, I'm going to Vishuddha here. And then play the Flawless Perfection.
Yep.
So
Play
I'll
around the
monster
IDP, I guess, here.
effects. Well, it's only passing its monster effects.
Yeah, I'm saying if he summons one off IDP, he still gets to draw 2. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you meant. Right. Like in game 1, yeah.
Yeah, strike,
So,
though.
Striking
Big,
the
but he still has
Vishuddha.
2 more names.
I'm striking the summon, right? Because I guess if he lets this go, then this just bounces it back.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So we're gonna go Mapura here. What does this one do? This is a...
This stops targeting effects on your vanillas.
Okay. I think the fusion targets as well, so... Yeah, this targets.
Yes.
Okay, right. So that might be relevant. Just pokes with Monk.
Interesting.
Right, so
He
yeah,
has
so
not
there...
hot in hand, so...
Right. And there was no Gamma Seal or Vishuddha use this turn, so maybe this is Gali's patience paying off. He draws a Terraforming for turn.
Terraforming, okay.
Not going to
no
Extravagance. Yeah, I think he really wants to. He doesn't want to get rid of any of the Magical Knights in his extra deck, so he's just going to go ahead and do this first.
Mahama.
Going to go for the Gaia play, the Curse Dragon. Ash is the Flawless Perfection. That's pretty strong. Add Spiral Fusion.
Spiral
and then
Fusion.
This is going to be the
200
Dragon Champion. So this is 4,200 damage, right?
Yes.
Jesus. Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's So does he? Okay, so he
Pop
gains
Flawless.
26, and then he uses 26 to pop flawless. So now this is the
Yeah.
52 beater. So that's pretty strong. And yeah, I mean, I guess if he hadn't, if he had done this on turn 1, this would have gotten Gamma Sealed, and then he would have had to like jump through a lot of hoops to be able to out this Flawless Perfection, which put in a ton of work game 1. This I think activated 4 times in game 1.
Yeah,
So-
it was crazy.
Yeah, so definitely paying off for
Terrifying.
Galley here. Guess another Gallop and Gaia.
Alright, Conman has 2 of the cards in his opponent's hand right now.
Right, he knows Mahama and Gallop and Gaia. And then MST for turn. I'm just gonna
Alright,
kaiju
so
him. And then we'll see what happens here. Going to go into Monk, and then Bashuta's back as Kaiju most
Bashuta.
likely. Yeah. I'm just poking with Monk again. Right, so Combat not really able to get into the higher links this game like it was the first game.
the field spell is doing a lot here because he cannot activate Nahata's effect.
When an attack is declared, you can banish it and then that bonus monster. Right, okay, so this is stopping that. As long as he controls the Dragon Champion.
Yeah.
Right, and then we're probably going to see Galley go ahead and Extravagance here now. He's still not going to use it. That's actually really interesting.
Mystical Space Typhoon coming down now.
He does use it on activation here. This does pay off because he knows his second Galloping Gaia in hand. So setting Heavy Storm Duster and passing.
That's a big draw. I think
Yeah.
his opponent has used Ash by now, 1 or 2 of them, so they should start
Right.
going up. Yeah, 1.
There's 1, so hoping this resolves. Goes into Lanpharynchus. It's just a non-effect monster.
I should
And
have
then
triggered.
Ashunas for Adhara. This is going to be the resource loop starting again for the Tenyi player. Goes into Berserker. And then Battle Phase swings for 3k. So Galley now at 1500. So all strikes are dead from now on. I take that back. He's going to summon the Mahama and then gain back for 1000. And then Gamma Seals over the Mahama.
You can't do that, I believe. Yeah, okay, so he knows.
Oh, they cashed it in the chat. Okay.
He's locked on the worms.
Yeah,
for
he's
this
locked on
one.
worms. This might actually be super relevant depending on what Galley gets into here. So as back
This next turn for Galley It's gonna be big. Yeah, extra.
He's gonna be
finally
forced to
coming
Extravagance here. I'm gonna check if he's banished all his fusions. That is a weird synchro. So there's 1 Magical Knight,
down.
2 Magical Knights, and then the third one's Engrave. And then he has 2 other Sky Galloping Gaias. This seems to be kind of a worse version of the first fusion, which just changes battle position. So yeah, 2 cards left in extra. We're gonna see if he can do anything with this. Draws
Oh,
into
good card.
that is pretty good. He draws into Reborn and Judgment. And then
Can bring back.
yeah. Unfortunately no Gaia card for the field spell. But the Reborn could be pretty big here.
Dark Ruler, no, interesting. Okay.
Right. Straight into battle phase.
Okay.
Attacks the Mahama, sets Dark Ruler, and passes. And then in the end phase, we're going to see a Reborn here. On the
Now, what do you
Cursive
think-
Dragon.
What do you think of the play here? Of just the Jacket Pass?
I feel like you can go for more, right? But maybe, we know that Kamen saw 2 Torrentials in game 1. So he could just be playing around Torrential, like, really aggressively. Which there is 1 set, so... Maybe he doesn't feel that threatened, right? Because, like, I mean, if you're poke with a 3k beater, you're putting him on a clock, and the Mahama's gone, and you have Gamma Seal Shooter to deal with, like, a Gaia, so... I don't know, it's a little risky because he is at 38, right? So if he runs the risk of just dying next turn.
Yeah, it's a nail biter for sure.
Mm-hmm. So this adds a spell trap. He's going to chain Torrential.
Link 2 Torrential.
So this
okay.
does out the Link 3. Draws another Reborn. Right, and he's
Okay.
going to draw into the Charging Gaia. So now the Galloping Gaia is live. Reveals it as another Cursive Dragon. And going to normal summon. Not using...
Next
Oh, this is
100.
the regular 19.
The other one.
Is he
Yeah.
out of magical? He's not out of magical knights. He just wanted to go for this instead. Yeah, what do you think of that?
He only had the level 7, so he had to switch to level 5 instead.
That makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just gonna get the 19 here. Comment now down to exactly 19. Draws
Oh,
Flawless
flawless.
Perfection,
Okay.
and then Ashuna. So there's a Judgment, a Duster, and a Spout Reborn from Galley that he has to play through. Oh, just passing.
Oh, he's just passing. Okay.
Can he do
Storm
more
Duster.
here?
I think he's afraid of playing into his back row because once Ashura dies, he can't make a normal monster anymore.
Right, but can you do anything off just like he has a Spower Reborn, right? So
Yeah. Oh,
you...
sorry, he actually is out of monk. I think. Yeah.
Right, he's just out of all 3 monks, so he just doesn't have a play here then.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, like, if you know he has a Reborn, so this is just gonna come back in the end phase and pop the Ashuna. Or in the battle phase, because this is gonna turn off all of his effects. That's
Reborn summon the fusion.
I think that's the game, yeah.
Exact lethal is funny. Okay.
Exact 29, yeah. Charging Gaia for exact game. That is really neat. Alright. Alright, really awesome duel from these players. That was it's not every day you see a Gaia deck. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say about this one. That was very, very neat. We saw a lot of really unconventional cards being showcased.
I hope to see Conman later on in Top Cut. I like his deck a lot. I like Galleys too.
Yeah, this is really neat. Oh, he's showing the final Sigma here, right? I think the Synchro Toolbox is a really interesting aspect of this deck that the Mahama enables. Alright, so that is going to be it for this round 2 feature. Please let us know what you thought in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to see coverage of future rounds. Anything to say before we sign off?
No. Good game, guys.
Alright, awesome. We will see you guys for round 3 in a couple days. Peace.